Hello everyone. Today I'm working on the Buick. It's a 72 Buick Skylark with a 350 that's been built back in the 90s. And it's been sitting for almost 2 years. I had some storage issues back in Texas. So I had the car sitting for a long time, and I just got it going 11 days ago, and had it brought down to Tennessee. And I noticed when I got it down here, it doesn't have any power whatsoever. Really sluggish. And my first thought was, well, maybe the secondaries aren't opening. It's got a quadrajet carburetor, but I doubt that's the case. Quadrajets get a bad rap, but they're actually good carburetors, and I doubt that's the case. So thinking it's not the carburetor, the next thing I thought was, well, because it's so sluggish, perhaps the advance isn't working in the distributor. And that is exactly what happened. So if that happens to you, here's what's under the cap. This engine has been converted to a GM HEI distributor. And you've got, see if I can get you a good view here, these weights here. And as you accelerate, these weights increase the vacuum advance by moving this. Not the vacuum advance, increase the ignition advance. And what I found was these were just stuck solid. So the engine was getting no advance whatsoever. Under any condition, I assume the vacuum advance probably wasn't working either. So what you have to do is these little springs here. These springs you just pull off, and I'll show you how to do that. Don't lose these springs. The spring is right there. And then lift this right out. Lift these right out. This is called an advance weight. And this particular car has an adjustable advance weight. I think it's an Axle kit. And you see numbers on them. And the numbers are essentially the weight or how much advance they give when they're spinning. The way it works is when the ignition is spinning, when the ignition is like the car is off, the weight sits like that. As the ignition is spinning, they start to twist, which starts the advance. And the little springs that I showed you, once you deaccelerate, pop them back in. So drop the advance down. Why do you want that? Well, you need advance when you're under load. You don't want it at idle. And you have the vacuum advance at idle to pull it up to exactly what you need, which is not nearly as much as under speed. So the vacuum advance should be connected to direct vacuum, at least on GMs. But unfortunately, when you hit the gas, the vacuum advance goes away. This takes over, and this actually gives you a much higher level of advance. So they spin. These are not meant to have oil or any kind of lubrication on them. They're meant to work dry. So clean them up is what I did. I took them off and I cleaned them with carb cleaner and used a little rag to clean them up. And then you put them back on. You just slide them back on. Like that. Make sure that they move freely. Get the spring. Again, don't lose this spring. I've already dropped it twice, and lucky man that I found it. There, the spring is on. See that right there, it's on. And now, as you drive and as you accelerate, these heavy, well not heavy, but these weights here will hit the advance. And when you decelerate, the springs pull them back. Now, this one is, I think these springs are a bit worn because this kit is now, 25, 30 years old. So I'm going to see how this works, but I think what I'll probably end up having to do is get a brand new kit. But it's certainly better than it was. I'm going to take it out for a ride and try it, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot better. So If you're having a problem with sluggishness or you can't get the car timed correctly, check this out, because that could very well be a problem. These have to be able to move freely, snap like that, back and forth, and snap back all the way. This car wasn't. They were completely stuck, and I think that was my problem. So good luck.